Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. I was having some technical issues with my music and a couple other things. I think it's just a jinxy kind of day. I hope this didn't interrupt your flow. Let's let some people join. Joining in now. Excellent, fantastic. I have a little espresso. Ooh, with a kick. And people are going to join in. You know what we have here. Our handy dandy notebook. Blues Clues. Whoop. Wrong episode. Okay, so today is our live sigil creation, episode 4. Which that means we have probably time for 3 or 4 new sigils that we can create in the handy dandy notebook. And you guys get to spit out your suggestions. Let's make sure they're practical. Let's do things that are for some sort of action. Sometimes emotional is fine as well, but I like to use sigils for practical reasons. So if you guys want to start spitting out some different ideas, let's get to the newest page here. And here we are. Okay, so let's start spitting out some ideas. I'm going to start by not using the word spitting anymore. How's that? We're doing ideas for sigils for today's live sigil creation. Motivation. I think we did one for motivation in our very, very first one. Pet protection. Ooh, I like that. Pet protection. I think that's great. You know what? I'm not even going to wait for people to agree with that because I want to make one of those myself. Animal protection. And we're going to actually get a little bit more general so we can use this in a wide variety. I'm going to go with something like an intention statement of this animal that I love is protected. That way it's one specific animal, it's this animal. If you would like to do it something bigger, you might want to do change some of the language, but since I have 2 pets, I have 2 dogs, I'm going to say make this and then put it on the back of each of their dog tags. I think that's perfect. So this animal that I love is protected. I think that sounds like a great intention statement, don't y'all? Oh my goodness, not that I love this animal. Who? Wait, is that who or whom? Oh no, here we are again. This animal who I love is protected. Does anyone know whether that is who or whom? That is going to drive me nuts. Whom? Yep, there we go. See, that to who changes very quickly from who to whom. There we go. Okay, so this animal who I love is protected. Let's see here. I'm not going to do a intuitive sigil this time. I'm going to do something with letters because animals could look different for everyone. So if you want to get more intuitive with your sigil with this, you could start by making a cat's whisker in the center and then working around that to create a sigil of protection for yourself. But we're going to stick with the letter format. And that means, let's go ahead and write these all out. This animal. No. There. I get a little dyslexic sometimes, you guys. You'll have to bear with me. This animal whom I love is protected. So, let's start by removing all the vowels. Got the I, A, O, I, O, E, I, O, E, E. And what we have left is T, H, S, N, M, L, W. We already have an H. We already have an M. We already have an L. Add the V. We already have an S. Add the P. Ooh, we have an R too. We already have a T. Add the C. We already have a T. And oh, and a D. Ooh, can always use an extra D. There we go. Did I say that? Here we go. That hits the spot. This animal whom I love is protected. These are a lot of letters. So if we're going to break these down in a workable way, I think we're going to do a protection seal. And the first thing for a protection seal that we do is, I should have prepared this better. Our handy dandy circle stencil. Let's go ahead and use, do I want to go so big? Yeah, I do. I'm going to fill this page. What am I talking about? Whoops, I moved that. Did you see that? I moved it. Whew. Good thing it wasn't so bad. Okay. Let's start here. Okay, we got a circle. I think if we're going to do a circle of protection, I think we should actually... Ooh, I have an idea. Oh, I knew I should have made it so big. Should have made it smaller. I was going to make a ring so I could say things around it, but you know what? We'll just do it by hand because we're old-fashioned bitches like that. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to start with a dot in the center because I think we're going to do this clockwork style. It's very Old English or Old European. It's somewhat grimoire. You might see some symbols like this, very similar in the Key of Solomon, or like a couple I've done so far. Don't break the circle. Yes, exactly. So first what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and go down the line, and we're going to create a compass-style sigil that works with some of these letters. So why don't we start with a nice T? And I think we're going to start with a nice T. No. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. P, protection. Let's start with a P. Let's be intentional with this, guys. Marshall, what is wrong with you today? And you know what we're going to do? We're going to play around with this P because the P is made up of a line and then a curve. So we're going to go ahead and make a line to the center and do a curve like that. And I like to cap these off right here because it looks super professional, right? Professional. Okay, so we got the P. Let's move on to the R because protected is followed by R. It just makes sense to me. It sounds protected. Pets, protection. So I'm going to go straight down with the R. And you know what? The R has a line, a curve, and another line. So why don't for this one, we have the line, another line, and the curve. So there's the R. Let's move on over. Let's randomly pick out another one now because now we're just trying to disperse this around, okay? So let's see. Why don't you guys throw out a letter, and the first letter that y'all throw out, I will start to use. Oh, whoopsies. Any letter up there. It's a group activity, y'all. T, excellent, fantastic. Well, this is going to probably be a pretty easy one. So why don't we come straight out here? And we're not going to put it in the most obvious place on the end. We're going to do it there. Look how beautiful it was. Oh, we got some letters spitting at us. Here we go, that spitting again. Why do I keep doing that? Let's do another L. Okay. Let's go ahead and cross these letters out, though. T and L. So this goes this way. Why don't we make this one go straight across? So that's the L. After the L comes the D. So let's put the D over here. And we're going to play around with the D because it's one line and one curve. Just like the P was. But let's play with it a little bit. It's going outward like that. Okay, after the D comes the S. So with the S is one squiggly line, or it is a curve and then another curve added together. So let's play around with this, because if we have, say, this one going straight up and down here, why don't we take those two curves and sandwich them in the middle of this one? So we get something like that. Yes, I think that's going to work for me. Then oh, there's no A. We already crossed out the A's. Or Z's. Remember, we're working within the letters of this. We got a V, though. Okay, so let's go on to the V. So the V is pretty simple. It's two lines. It's two lines all together. So let's come down over here. We got the two lines there. Then after the V, let's do the M. Ooh, this one could be fun. The M is 4 lines. So why don't we, because we still have other letters going on here, why don't we spread this out a little bit? Let's put one line here. We won't make it too long in case you want to extend it or put something on the end. Let's put another line. Ooh, why don't we put 2 lines here? Then we have 1 line left. Let's go ahead and put it. Ooh. I'm thinking here. Just a little one. So there goes the M. We got the S. Yes, this is a sigil for animal protection. Excellent. W is next. Also, that is 4 lines. Isn't that fantastic? See how this breaks down so easily? Why don't we start by taking these 4 lines, and I think we're going to actually come over here. One, 2, 3, 4. Ah, wasn't that beautiful? 4 lines. So now we have the H, the N, and the C left. That is it. HNC. It sounds like a home national channel. Ooh. Ooh. That sounds a little fascist. Let's move on. Hello, welcome. We are doing a sigil for animal protection. C is next. C just got called. Excellent. So for that one, why don't we take the curve here and let's add a wide sort of curve there as the C. So now we have the H and the N. You know what could be really fun? The H is 3 lines. So why don't we add them there? Triangle within a triangle. Reminds me a little bit of Zelda, doesn't it? So now all we have left is the N, which is, again, 3 more lines. And I think That looks beautiful. This animal, whom I love, is protected. Everyone get a screenshot of that because that is yours and our sigil. Someone says, can you fix the focus in the camera? It looks pretty focused to me. I hope that's okay for you guys. Get a screenshot of that. And we can talk about how you might want to use this. You could draw this on the bottom of your pet's food bowl. You could put this on the back of their, oh my gosh, the dog tag with their name. You could put this on a piece of wood or tile and put it in the backyard where you know your pet always goes and does his business, that kind of thing. And the thing that you might do to charge it might literally be to touch the pet and then hold this to your heart. Give it a couple of charges with your own heartbeat for a few moments. And then once you kind of feel their heartbeat for a few moments with your hand, and say aloud, this animal whom I love is protected. It's honestly, it's that simple. Now you've charged from your heartbeat, holding the sigil next to it, touching the pet's heartbeat, feeling that connection. You'd have now charged this sigil with literally your heartbeat. It's kind of fantastic. And then that's how you might put it on the back of his dog tag or food dish or whatever. All right. In fact, funny enough, this is so silly. I hear my dog in the other room pushing around his water bowl. He must be out of water. And as a good pet parent, I need to make sure they have lots of water. So I'll be right back and we'll move on to the next sigil. Oh my goodness. It always happens with this. Perfect. I'm so sorry, boy. No water, huh? But if you have water, what am I doing? They always scrape the bowl across the floor and it has no water in it from pushing their nose. It was full of water. They were just being tricky. They want dinner. Okay. So let's throw out some different ideas for the next sigil. I'm thinking, what's an idea that you guys have? What type of thing are you interested in learning or creating a sigil for? Something along the lines of releasing the evil eye or negativity from others. So here's one of the things I do. I actually like that one I just said, but something that's I am connected to my higher self. I want you to take a second and remember what sigils are for. Sigils are to create an action, to push forth into reality. So you have to do something with the sigil to make it happen. An idea of I am connected with my higher self is a wonderful intention statement, but there's not much to do in a sigil. What would you do with that sigil then afterwards? Would you always draw it out and then just stare at it and hopefully that works? That's an idea, but that's not really what I use sigils for. I like they need some sort of action. So whether that's making one and putting it in a charm bag, but then you carry the charm bag, I guess that could work. Now that I've said all of that. Huh. Maybe. Yes, you could put the sigil on a piece of dissolvable paper. Honestly, a square of toilet paper is very dissolvable. So you could write it in just washable marker and then put it in a bowl of water and let it disintegrate overnight. Then flush it or bury it, whatever you want. I do like the one about either releasing evil eye or negativity from others. We did do one on focus, I believe, just 1 or 2 episodes ago. So check back on the series of Sigil Life Creation because we did do one for focusing already. I believe. If not, we'll definitely do one next time, but I don't want to backtrack and check for that right now. Something against imposter syndrome. You know what? I do like the one that's kind of coming up for keeping negative coworkers' energy away, pushing negative energy off of you. That keeps popping up as well. A sigil for protection against others. I would like to create a sigil that could be worn on a token, a tile, a necklace, something you carry in your pocket, where a stone, a flat stone you drew it on. I think that's kind of, something's building in my mind about that. Let's see. I am protected from all negative energy. I reflect back. All negative energy sloughs off of me. I repel all negative energy. Ooh, I repel all negative energy. That sounds like a winner chicken dinner for me. I repel, yeah, all I repel all negative energy. Ooh, we got a good song going. Let's turn this up a little bit. Yes, carry. You could carry it in your bra. I don't wear a bra, so that didn't occur to me, but that's a great idea. Thank you for putting that out there. Carry it in your purse, carry it in your pocket. Go to the hardware store. Go to the craft store. Get yourself a big box of those tiny little bathroom tiles. They're super cheap. You can even get them on Amazon. You can get on Amazon these interesting, just like craft wood chips as well that you could draw sigils on and hang them on a necklace or a charm. There are also little square tiles. Super easy. Go outside, find a flat rock. Okay, I repel all negative energy. I repel all negative energy. Fantastic. So let's start by breaking down and taking out all the vowels. There's a lot of vowels here. So if we have the R, the P, I can't help but get into this song. I love it so much. L. We already got 2 L's over here, so we don't need any more. We got the N, G, T, V. We already got an N. We already got an R. We already got a G and a Y. That's what's left. So, I repel all negative energy. You know, again, I'm seeing in my head like a seal of some kind. So I think we're going to go with a circle again. Here we go. That's right. Daddy loves his circles. Can't believe I called myself that. Okay, sorry, I was catching up on chats. I love being abreast of the conversation. Okay, so I think we're gonna turn this. Ooh. I repel all negative energy. Something that really pops up in my mind is a hexagram, which is a 6-pointed star, and a 6-pointed star has 6 lines on it already. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna draw that out because I'm just, it's coming to my head, so I'm gonna put it out there. And sometimes I find that it makes it easier to kind of put little dots. Where I'm gonna connect these lines. My goodness, I don't know why this is taking so much concentration. I'm trying not to smudge it and to make it look good. Okay, so we got a 6-pointed star. This is a repelling seal. This is a talismanic seal. It just came to me to do something more more hexagonal. The one of the main pentagrams of, I don't know, the hexagram of Solomon is this shape, and it's just what's really coming to my mind, so we're gonna go with it. This is a sigil to I repel all negative energy, and we're creating it using the hexagram in a circle. So the first thing we can go ahead and do is cross off up to 6 lines. So a Y is 2, so we can cross it off. 2 with a V, and 2 with a T. So we have crossed off 3 letters right there. Because the T was 2 lines, so there's 1, 2, V, 2 lines, 3, 4, and Y was 2 more lines, 5, 6. That's 6 lines for 6 letters that were all made up of 6 lines. Is that understood by everyone? I want to make sure that if this is your first time watching, you know why I was able to cross off 3 letters. I think... yes, okay, good. Getting lots of replies back. Perfect. So, let's move on. Why don't we play with I repel all negative energy? So, I feel like I want to have something in the center that really kind of stands out to me as a, I'm not sure, a repellent. And funny enough, oh my gosh, this is so strange to me, but because I'm not obviously not a super Christian kind of guy, but the first thing that pops into my mind is holding up a cross to a vampire. So I think I'm actually going to... And obviously crosses come in all sorts of cultures and backgrounds. Bridget's cross, powwow, stuff and such. So we're going to put that right there. And that is 2 lines, so there goes the L. Here we go. Easy peasy. So let's play with this G, because I think that could be fun. So the G could be multiple shapes, and I think the first thing we're going to kind of do with it... I think we're going to put that there. That's the G, because the G in a lowercase g looks something like this. So instead we took the circle and the hook and we did it backwards. That's fun. It's fun thinking about the different types of creativity you could use with letters. They don't have to be as simple as written. You could do it squiggly, you could do it long and flourishy, you could do it hard with angles. So what do we have left? We have the R, the P, and the N. And I think we should... R, P, N. I think we should break some of these symbols down. The R is 2 lines and a curve, P is a line and a curve, N is 3 lines. So I'm thinking what I want to do is take those 2 curves and I'm actually going to turn them into crescent moons. I'm going to just color them in because I want them to be obvious crescent moons. This is the creativity we can have with sigils. The rules aren't as hard. That means we have 3 lines and 3 lines left. Those are crossed out. You know, I was thinking the P to mirror the G, but I kind of like how this is in there. It's slightly off center. I want to kind of fill these outer edges with some of these lines. So like we could do an X here. And that's these 2 gone. That means we have 3 lines left. So I'm thinking I might want to do another X here. And that's a line off, a line off. We have 2 lines left. And if I want to fill each of these spaces, This is where it gets kind of fun because we can play with the rules that don't have to be so, what's the terminology? Stiff. So I think what we can kind of do here Ooh, I have an idea. We're gonna curve these lines. Maybe I don't like that idea as much as I thought I just did. Let's see. Do I want to just turn that line into a full circle? Uptight is a good word. That is a great one. So I'm reading someone saying, all my creativity has been removed by high school years. You couldn't be creative, just had to follow the rules. I completely agree. That is definitely one of those things that school really kind of messed with when it came to art. But Spirit.Tony has the most amazing idea. We're going to break the rules with these last two lines, and we're going to turn those lines instead to arrows pointing outward. I repel all negative energy. Ah. Look how easily that finished up. If you would like to get a screenshot, now is the time. This is the full page. I repel all negative energy. You could, again, draw this on a tile. You might want to activate it each morning before you leave the house by spitting on it, saying it aloud, the intention statement. Yes, your spit is magic. You're a fucking witch. Get over it. I hated art after taking it in college and high school due to rules. Absolutely. Teaching art is so difficult because they're expected to teach you a syllabus, but at the same time, it's fucking art. Okay, we may have time for one or two more. Let's see. Ooh, I did it again. Oops. Let's see. Let's throw out some more ideas here. Ideas for sigils. I'm looking for ideas for sigils. Let's see. Fuck yeah. That's I completely agree, but it's not a great idea for a sigil, lol. One for creativity. We actually did one in the very first episode for creativity, so go check that out. Let's see, we could do some opening doorways for spirits to go home. Okay, that's an idea. That's very specific. Releasing one's anger. That's not a bad idea. We did do an abundance one just last week. Go back and check that one out. Growing a garden is great too. Positive power. We did a healing one in the very first episode as well. Strength. Building strength. Ooh, I like that one. I like that one a lot, actually. Balance of white witchcraft and dark. So first off, I really want to make sure people understand when it comes to sigil creation, these have to be actionable. How are you going to activate this and use it? Yes, we could do a hex. I mean, you guys are not limited to nice things. We could make hex sigils here too. We've only ever done helpful ones, so if anyone wants to throw out a couple baneful ideas, I am down. I see another request for hex, but hey, we got to know what we're hexing with. What are we doing? What do you want? What do you want to happen? Let's get more specific, everyone. See, safe transitioning could be used for moving, death of a loved one. Envy. Is it possible to send too many sigils at once? I like to focus on one at a time. Hex a person who lied to a spouse. That's an interesting idea. So someone said hex for bullying, make them feel the pain they have caused. Let's get a little bit more general with that. I think we're going to go with that one because I like how this could be used. Let's do a return to sender. Sigil. I think that would be great. A return to sender. Whatever bad energy you give me is immediately bounced back off you. Funny enough, it reminds me of I am rubber, you are glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. In fact, I think we might play with that a little bit. Return to sender. Hex. This is where we're going to start breaking some more rules, everyone, because return to sender is actually a pretty well-known idea. But, you know, that's also very energetic. It's if someone sends you bad mojo or bad energy, it reflects it back on you. We actually want to go a little bit more physical with this. We want to go with something that is a little bit more... Okay, let's do those who abuse me, or those who harass me, those who bully me. Let's stick with the word bully. I think that works best. Those who bully me feel everything they put out. No. Let's see. Those who bully me experience their own actions. No. This one's kind of a tough one. So that they learn. Yes, it's so that they learn. This is definitely a kind of a return to sender type thing. We may actually start playing with some concepts here. Those who bully me feel the pain they cause. Ooh, that was a great one. Thank you so much. I think that's a perfect. Those who bully me feel the pain they cause. This is why this is a group activity, you guys, because you guys are a part of these creations. It's not just me on the side of this camera. Those who bully me So we're going to do this sigil, and then afterwards we're going to talk about a couple ways in which you could activate or use it. And actually, I think Pretty Main Cottage just said, bully me, bully you. That is a fantastic mantra to activate this sigil. Literally, it could be as simple as you're out and about, people are bullying you, you can say under your breath or in your head, can you have the sigil in your pocket or on a piece of jewelry or whatnot, and you could say out loud, bully me, bully you, and it activates, or whatnot, something like that. Though, you have to understand, it will be probably time released, if that makes sense. So, let's kind of break some of this down. Those who bully me feel the pain they cause. That is a lot of letters. So let's go ahead and start crossing out those vowels. E, A, I, E, A, U, E. And we have a T. H, S. W, we already have an H. B, L, Y, M, F. We already have an L. We already have a T. We already have an H. P, N. We already have a T. We already have an H. We already have a Y. C. And we already have an S. So, ooh, we got some letters to play with. Look at all of these. So, those who bully me feel the pain they cause. What is coming to mind here? I feel like this one is not so circular. I am seeing something slightly more mix of straight lines and thorns or shapes. I'm getting I'm going to go ahead and start with this line. I don't know why. This is the first thing that's coming to me, and it needs to come across this line. Those who bully me feel the pain they cause, and I want to be on one side, and I want them to be on the other side. And then it's going to mirror each other as it comes together towards the center. That's what I feel like I'm seeing when those who bully me feel the pain they cause. It's going to create a mirrored effect here. So let's go ahead and start with this one line, and which is from the in, which is 3 lines. So let's go ahead and cross that out, and we're going to put these here and here. So that is now the 3 lines from the in. I'm not going to go with arrows just yet because we don't want to go out quite as much as we want to create a reflection. At least that's what's coming up in my mind. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this B, which is a line and 2 curves. We got the curve there. And you know what? I'm going to leave that line for now, because we may play with that. And in fact, let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and break the W down into 4 lines as well, which means we have 5 lines there now. And I think what I'm going to do with those 5 lines is I'm going to have the magic in the center for where all the magic is going to happen, the bouncing back, the feeling, the pain they cause. And magic to me always comes across the same sign, a pentagram. Five lines right there in the center. That's going to be where it's going to all emanate from, either side, my side, their side, back and forth, and this magic is going to transfer it back. Whew. Get out of breath on that sometimes. So here, now let's move on. Let's choose another letter. An H is 3 lines. That a T is 2 more, which, hey, makes another 5 lines. And you know what? If we're going to be honest with the mirror finish, I think I know exactly what I'm going to do with them. Look at that. We're creating a mirror world here, you guys. We're creating an instant karma, so to speak. It's not exactly what karma truly is, but we'll go with it for the sake of this. Okay. So now we have a C, which is a curve, a P, which is a curve and a line, and an S, which is two curves. So that means we could have two curves over here and two curves over here. Why don't we have a little fun with that? I think so that's one curve off here, one curve off here. And then another there and there. So that's the S. That is a part of the P, that's the C. F is 3 lines, and M is 4 more lines, and a Y is 2 lines, and L is 2 lines. So that's all we have left here, you guys. Let's play with that while I have a sip. I think this is looking a little pretty. And while pretty is wonderful, this is technically kind of a hex. So why don't we go ahead and mess this up a little bit. Put some more straight lines in there. That is 4 lines off the bat right there. There goes the M. We have 4 lines over here with the 3 lines of the F and the 1 less of the P. So let's play with that right here. There goes the F and the P. We have the L and the Y left, which is 4 lines. And I think I know exactly what I'm going to do with them. That is a fucking sigil. And you know what? Let's go ahead and cap these off, because I love a good capped. See what that does there? Oh my goodness. It just really elevates it. There we go. Those who bully me feel the pain they cause. If you want to get a screenshot of that, that looks like some fucking magic waiting to happen. I would actually be quite careful if I were you. So here's something that you could do with this. If you feel like there are very specific bullies in mind and you know their names, you have a tag lock of them, birthdays would be great. I would draw this sigil out, and on the other side of the piece of paper, I would write out their name and their birth date. They're as close as you can. If you have a picture of them, you could draw this on the backside of a picture as well. And then you could say out loud, like the little mantra that someone wrote earlier in this chat, bully me, bully you, bully me, bully you, bully me, bully you, bully me, bully you. And really think and feel the action in your mind. You're pushing everything that you have felt off of you and putting it onto this person, and then burn it. Burn it the fuck up. Send it off into the universe. Get rid of it. You're sending it all back. Bully me, bully you, bully me, bully you. I would do it on the opposite side. If it's a picture of their face, you could do it directly over their face. That's great. But if it's on just a piece of paper with their name, I would draw this on one side and then their name and birthday on the other side. I think it would be best to do on a Saturday, usually, because Saturday is the day of Saturn, which works more with some destructive and chaotic energies. Okay, let's do one more sigil, you guys. We gotta make it fast, because this is getting I took a little time on some of these. Dissolve self. This happens, timeless state. I'm not sure how it would activate something for dissolving self. If you don't have the birthday, you can use their name. I think there's got to be, you may need to get something from them, maybe a hair tie, a piece of hair, something from their desk, a sock, a thread from something. You can find people's birthdays out online pretty easily, honestly. A lot of people have it on their Facebook. Releasing anger, curbing appetite. Releasing one's anger. I release anger. Okay, that's actually a pretty good one. We did do an intuition and a third and strengthening intuition one in an earlier episode. Clearing your mind. Again, a lot of these are very difficult to be actionable. Remember, sigils are very actionable things. So to speak, most of the time. Like, I burn one to send something off or to make something happen. So I guess you could do one to release addiction. Releasing addiction might be a good one. I don't think a sigil is great for thanking the ancestors because unless you're turning it into a large piece of art, then that's more of a devotional. Otherwise, all you did was burn some piece of paper. I think thanking them is a little bit bigger with actual words, actions, and maybe offerings. I do try to stay away from spells that involve losing weight because there's so many stipulations on them that can take it to a really weird place. I keep seeing a lot of things not bad happen, but like you lose weight, you want to do a spell to lose weight, and then all of a sudden you get really sick, and then you lose weight, or something happens to an organ, and all of a sudden you got to get your gallbladder out or something because that's lost weight. Like there are a lot of things that I find go a little bit wonky with losing weight, so I try to stay away from it. Let's see. Influencing someone's decision. That's not a bad idea. I'm working on a spell right now that actually is to plant a thought. It's an idea I had in my mind. Let's see. Let's go with... Or give those who project negativity to you cautions. Return sexy back. Hey, feeling sexy is a pretty good one, I think. Influence sounds good. So let's do a general influence. I want to make sure people understand this is one of those things that can go kind of weird. I want you to remember when you do this that I always think manipulative magic is always, it needs to be justified. So if we were to do a sigil that is like, okay, this is a sigil for I have influence over you, and on the opposite side you write their name and then burn it or bury it or put it in a puppet or an effigy, that could definitely be a great one. Influence over someone or a situation. You know what? I think we're going to create a power of influence sigil. And I'm going to actually get very, very... I'm going to get not artistic, but general or different with this one. In fact, I'm going to just be very statement-oriented of I have the power of influence. So at that point, whatever we are attaching this sigil to is the thing we have the power of influence over. You cannot just activate this and be walking around all the time being like, it's me, big bad, I have the power of influence. The wider the net cast, the weaker it will be. The more specific, the stronger the intention can be. So I have the power of influence is the best way to go here. Okay, I have the power of influence. Let's go ahead and cross out these vowels. I, A, E, E, O, E, O, I, U, E, E. We're left with H, V, T. We already got an H, P, W, R, F, N. We already have an F, L. We already have an N, C. Okay, so these are letters we have: H, V, T, P, W, R, F, N, L, and C. So now we are going to do the sigil creation process. I have the power of influence. And because we're influencing a very, very localized or simple, specific thing, I'm tempted to do another circle, but I'm not just going there yet. And in fact, I think we're gonna do... Yes. We're going to do a double circle here. Because this is going to be a double ringed seal. Influence is a big deal. Taking on the power of influence is a lot of responsibility. You need to take the consequences for the actions that come from it. And so for me, I feel like that looks like a stamp, a seal of I take the responsibility. So we're going to turn it into one. As I take a sip. So that is 2 circles right off of the bat there that we can go ahead. That is a C crossed off. That is the squiggly line of the P, so we're left with a line there. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to turn this into a pentagram as well, because I feel like the power of influence in witchcraft is very, very... honestly, it's very witchcraft. It's just textbook witchcraft type thing. So let's go ahead and do our little line, our little dots. Actually, I think we can make that more equilateral. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start here. That's 5 lines right off of the bat. And so then H is 3 lines, a V is 2 lines. So we have now crossed off the H and the V. So now, let's see, a T is 2 lines. We have the 1 line from the P, so that's 3 lines right there. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is take those 3 lines, and we're going to start at this corner. And take those 3 lines and do a little triangle. That's the rest of the P and the T. A W is 4 lines. An R is 2 lines and a curve. So why don't we come over here. That's 3 lines. and a curve. So that means we took 2 from here and a curve, and then 1 from the W's. That means we have 3 lines left. So why don't we take those 3 lines, put them over here. You know what? Let's play around. We still have more room here. I want to play around with this. We have 3 lines from the F, 3 lines from the N, and 2 lines from the L. So we still have some room to play here. I think I want to do something that shape with a line through it. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can go ahead and cross out these 2 and these 3, which means we have 3 and 3 left. So I think I'm going to come over here and we're going to do that line there. That's 3 lines. So now I have 3 lines left. Let's play over here. How should we do these ones? Ooh, I don't want this song, actually. The pi symbol. Ooh, what a great idea. How fantastic are you? But I think we're going to do it. That way. 3 lines. And there we have it. So I think this is technically where you could finish, but because I want this to be a seal that's a power of influence that kind of takes it to the next level, I am going to, let's see, influence. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. I'm not sure how I feel about that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I like that idea because I want the sigil to recognize the power of influence. I'm actually going to also start using some letters in here. This is a fun way to kind of change up how you hide some of your sigils or how you make them apparent. So you could say take the word power or influence. So I might start here. Let's see. INFLUENC. INFLUENCE. Ooh. Oh. Actually, I just the best idea. Then we're going to come up here. NF. LU. NF. LU. ENCE. Oh no. NFLU. ENCE. And then at the bottom here, you can either make a symbol for the word power, Or you could write the whole word power. P. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use 3 consonants to create a symbol itself. And the reason I did it towards me was because I wanted to be separate from these other letters. And there you can see now we have created, I have the power of influence. And no one would read that and think what they were seeing was about a seal for a power of influence. Power. Influence. This is fucking witchcraft, absolutely. So this is something you might draw, and then on the opposite side, you might write either the name or the situation down, and then either carry it with you. It helps if you have a tag lock of the person, but if it's a situation, you can't make a tag lock of that. But it could be over a job interview, it could be over a decision, it could be over usually something that needs to have some sort of control. It can't be really over, I wouldn't say it was too much of an influence over the weather. That's a larger thing than just a singular sigil. So have a little fun with it. I will say this is a pretty powerful one. I might suggest the process of activation might be a drop. For me, it would be a drop of blood, probably. Probably for my left finger, because it's my taking finger while my right is my giving. So I would probably do a drop of blood and put it in the dead center of it or across the name of the person on the other side. So, if you didn't, go ahead and get a screenshot of this. This is our last one today. I hope you've had an amazing time. This is not the song I want to end with. This has been the 4th episode of the live sigil creation with me, Marshall, the Witch of Southern Light. I hope you all have an amazing weekend, a fantastic week, and I hope to see you next weekend. I have to bid you adieu, and of course I wish to each and every one of you to get exactly what you deserve. Au revoir.